Hey everyone, my name's Sammy. For those of you that don't know me, I'm John's daughter-in-law. I just wanted to put together a little video for you guys about the future of Dead X bow hunting and kind of where we're headed from here. And I want to start out by saying thank you so much for all the love and support that you guys have shown us since the passing of John. It really means a lot. The amount of people that he knew and the amount of lives that he touched is just absolutely amazing. Also, thank you so much for all the likes, the shares, the purchases, the comments, just anything that you guys have done so far to help get John's business started from the ground up. It really meant a lot to John, and it means a lot to Nick and myself. I found a little video on John's phone the other day, and he was just talking about why he makes these broadheads and why he started the company. And I doubt that he ever meant to post it, which is fine. I'm going to post it for him, but I found it inspiring and I really liked it. So I'm going to share that next, and then after the video, I'm going to have Nick come on and say a few words for you guys. And I hope you guys enjoy.
So what is the story of DXB? I guess really the story of DXB is about two brothers bow hunting since the 1970s. And then the third little brother coming along in the early 80s and bow hunting with him. And I guess I always had a great interest in the manufacturing side of archery and bow companies, broadheads especially. I was very fortunate when I was young. I got to meet Earl Hoyt and, Black Widow recurves. They were right here in the area where we live in southwest Missouri. Finally got my first deer at the age of 15 with a Black Bear 2 bow and some Rocky Mountain Razor heads. And I mean, then I was hooked. And I've built my own bows, built my own broadheads, and we've just always been ate up with archery. I started machining as I left high school and became a CNC programmer, and spent a lot of time on manual machines and on CNCs, and we just kind of went from there. We tried some mechanicals early on with not much success. Not a huge fan of them, never really were. Then we did our turkey guillotine, and we had a little bit of success with that. But we decided we wanted to go ahead and make a fixed blade head, and we wanted to make something that was just extremely durable, something that was not your basic one and done head that you could just use over and over again. So we started making prototypes and found that our design was actually really good. And I came up with something called flight geometry technology. Our broadheads fly extremely well, considering the fact that they're as large as they are. And we're getting great flight even out of crossbows at really high speeds. And I attribute that completely to flight geometry technology. Our first prototypes, like I said, I took a few deer with them. Worked very well. So the first year we actually went on the market with these was last year, the season of fall 22, and we just had absolute 100% success stories. We've had not one person get a hold of us and say that they lost their deer, that there's any kind of failure, any kind of problem. As a matter of fact, very much to the contrary. We have many people shooting multiple deer with the same head. So just extremely durable, very lethal. I mean, that's what it's about to us. An ethical, quick, clean kill is, I think, what any true bow hunter is striving for. One thing that's very important to us is quick kills. And anybody that bow hunts has lost animals. That's just part of it. But we wanted to minimize that as much as possible and make a head that we feel like that we can legitimately say is not survivable. One of the guys that used our head last fall, the deer whirled on him when he shot, and he shot it through the shoulder, the front of the brisket. It never entered the chest cavity, and he still harvested that deer. Just massive blood loss. I can't guarantee you that you won't lose a deer with our head no matter where you shoot it. If you shoot it in the ankle, you're not going to find it. But I think once you get one of our broadheads in your hand, you will see what we're talking about, that it's a very substantial, overbuilt, 100% American-made, badass broadhead. So don't trust your hard-earned shot to anything less. And I'm going to just sum up our story with, hey, just don't ever give up. 10th set of the rut and you still haven't seen a buck, don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. Same goes for your business, same goes for your wife, your kids, whatever it is. Just don't ever give up. So anyway, God bless. And that's the story of Dead X bow hunting.
We are surrounded by all that you are. We take for granted the beating heart, and so fragmented in this broken time. I'm so full of anger.
Well, I'm supposed to be making a video right now. And it doesn't matter how I think to start it, nothing works. I don't know what to say. These guys right here. For those of you that might recognize them, those are my dads. And if you're a hunter, there's only one reason why your trophies might be hanging up in someone else's house. Some of you might know, a lot of you probably don't, but my name is Nick. And John was my father. He was the CEO of DXB Broadheads, Dead X bow hunting. I know a lot of you guys have expressed a lot of support, and that means a lot to me and my family and the DXB family. I just want you guys to know how much your support is appreciated, and I know Dad would have appreciated it too. I was gonna start this off with a story, just so that, because people always saw Dad on his videos. He was always caring, he was always compassionate, never let anything stop him. But one time we were hunting, and we were hunting together, and we were probably 10 yards apart in the trees. He was just videotaping, and we're talking, and I dropped my release out of the tree, and it's prime time. Like, the sun's just coming up. It's way too late to try to get down. And we're trying to, like, hand signal and be quiet and talk through the trees. I'm trying to explain that I just dropped my release. And right below his tree, out walks this really decent 8-point buck. I mean, he's probably 110, 120. Decent size, definitely, for an 8. And I'm like trying to tell him, no, like, stop talking, stop moving. And he's just like, what? Not understanding, still thinking I'm talking about the release. And I'm just like, point, like, straight down. And he just looks with his hands up, and he's like, oh no. And before, like, we even can, like, do anything, this deer takes off, and it's basically gone. It, you know, like, we see it walking through the brush, and we're like, crap. And 2 more does follow it, beeline straight behind. We're like, no. And then this really weird looking, like, 7-pointer. I don't know. It comes walking out. And it's really big. Like, it's as tall as the 8 was. It's missing 1 on the left side. And I don't have my release. It's cold. I don't have any gloves. But it just walks right there, broadside. And I heart shot it. Without my release. Blisteringly cold. Right after me and Dad had just had, like, a full-blown conversation how we blew it on an 8-pointer that was, you know, it's like us talking brought it right in. But there's so many stories like that that are just memories now. But at least I got them. And I know everybody loses their parents at some point. I didn't expect to lose mine, and I guess you never do. All I can say is, his last day, he was here with me at my house, surrounded by his grandkids. And the accident happened when he was on his way home. I just like to tell everybody, you know, that it could have been a worse day. At least, that's all we can ask for, is that last day is a good day, you know. 'Cause when the Lord calls us home, it can be any time. Now, fair warning, we are not nearly as good at movie makers as Dad was. So this video on DXB is going to be real rough. It's going to be choppy. There's going to be tears. There's no way there can't be. I mean, we're going to keep it going. That's all I can do. There's no way I can't. I have to keep it going. My dad started a business in 1994. Was his first archery broadhead business. Sorry, take that back. This is 99. Sorry, trying to gain some years there. First archery broadhead business he made was in 1999. I think it lasted a few years, and then it was just, he's learned a lot since then. And these new broadheads he's got, they're something else. I mean, we've got one guy that has shot the same broadhead, the same arrow, same setup through 4 different deer last year. never resharpened, never did anything. Got every single deer he shot. We've had no failures with any of the heads so far as tracking down the game, getting them. It's one of those things. It's like if you hit the deer with our head, you're going to get it. We've had a few different people take records with them. BG3's a really strong head for the bigger game. If you need a smaller head, we got those coming out. He was making a lot of stuff happen. Even though he didn't see the finished product, I mean, he did, but he didn't see it in a package yet. We got it together. That was probably one of the hardest days, was when we put that package together for the first time. It's really hard seeing something that your dad or your parents or somebody you really cared about built but didn't complete, and then you complete it for them because they can't. This deer over here, it's the only non-typical he's got. It's the only one he had. It was always our favorite. Definitely a Bourbon. I miss you, Dad. And we'll see each other again.
I'm gone.